What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of House Flipper. As always, if you guys are enjoying this series, make sure you leave a like in the video. It'd be greatly appreciated. In the last episode, we were working on this sort of like 50 Shades of Grey penthouse thing. It was a little weird, but it ended up working out okay. Again, if you haven't seen any of the previous episodes, make sure you check out the link in the description. Find the link to the series playlist there. Catch up on every previous episode that you might have missed. But today, we have the choice between two houses that aren't actually houses, either one of them, but the client wishes that we convert these spaces into a house. So the first one we have over here is a warehouse for memories. When Lucia, I apologize, I have no idea how to pronounce her name. When Lucia and Dan stumbled upon a port warehouse for sale, they saw potential for a trendy industrial loft right away. They've been looking for a bigger apartment for some time now and hope to finally have enough space to accommodate their gradually growing friend circle. A vision of their dream home is quite far away at the moment, but the couple believes this place will become their safe haven. So that's the first option. The second option is just up the road, actually next to one of the apartments we did previously. This one's called 2-in-1. Vivian loved her life in this neighborhood and left it behind with a bit of heartache. To bring up her beautiful smile, Gerard, love that name, bought a spacious cocktail bar with an additional tiny flat on its side situated on the top floor of this apartment building. So kind of a penthouse thing almost. With some bold adjustments and wall rearrangements, they'll do perfectly as one big home for the lovely couple. I really do like both of these options. I like the concept of taking a space that was not made to be a house and converting it into a house. Since we did just do an apartment in the previous episode, for that reason and that reason only, I'm gonna go with a warehouse for memories with Dan and Lucia. I'm trying to remember their names. I really am. Oh, it's like, I was about to say right across the street. It's right across the water from the yacht that we did in episode 1. So that's kind of cool. Coming full circle.
It's not exactly a house, I know. But I've heard you're a real miracle worker.
You heard right.
I'm sure you will make this place habitable. Even if the last caretaker didn't make your job any easier. We like the roughness of the building, though.
What's she on about with that one? I don't understand.
This is supposed to be a grown-up living space after all.
Okay.
We've always liked hanging out with our friends.
So kind of like an industrial vibe.
They're into that. Too old and tired for clubbing. We wanted to finally get an apartment big enough to sit around and enjoy our company.
People club? People go clubbing still? That's a thing?
Probably you had more experience with couples getting a bigger home to start a family, but it definitely is not our case.
Okay, so no kids. Also, well, where is Dan?
That's something you need to worry about while designing this place.
Where's Dan at? Why is Dan not here?
You've got a lot of work ahead, so I won't take any more of your time. Have fun!
All right, thanks, Lucia, if that's how to pronounce your name. A warehouse for memories. Oh, dude, those are my glasses. What the heck? All right, and here we are, dude. This looks great already. Looks fantastic. It honestly doesn't really look like it used to be a warehouse. I mean, it's got a garage. Anyways, I want to get a better look at the yacht over here. Still looks about the same as we left it. At least it's clean now. And then let's take a look in the backyard really quick. Also, so we have the canal here on our left, and then we have the vast ocean just to our right. So I kind of like this lot a little bit better than, I don't think it was this one. I think it was the one just to the left of that. We did that a few episodes back, but it was more so just the canal. I like how this has the addition of, what am I getting hung up on here? A weed? For real. Okay. You can't walk through the weeds, I guess. But I like how we have the actual ocean out here as well, not just the canal. That's pretty sweet. Got a little like rocky beach area over there. Man, I love this. Okay, so enough lollygag in here. Let's actually check out the space. I really don't love how much trash they've incorporated into this DLC. I feel like, you know, we could just leave the trash stuff in the past and just move forward. You know, add a different dynamic. Maybe we don't have to just pick up trash all the time with every house. But let's open the garage door. It's probably a bit musty in here. Seeing some possible mold on the ceiling and things. We have like the exact same staircase as the penthouse, I'm pretty sure. Or no. I'm sorry, this wasn't the penthouse staircase. This was the house staircase, right? That house that was, I again, almost said across the street, across the canal from this property. I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. So upstairs we have A former office. All right, what used to be a bathroom. Is this a stall? What was that? Also, what is this? What do we got going on here? Okay, maybe we can add something to that. It'd be really cool if we could apply a wall panel texture to that, or even just paint it. I feel like that would look really, really neat up there. A lot of graffiti in here as well. No lights. Zero electricity so far, dude. They got like a makeshift kitchen up here, I guess. I feel like the warehouse was vacant and then made not vacant by potentially homeless people? I'm not really sure, but somebody was definitely living here. But nonetheless, dude, now that we've kind of taken a look around, you know, seen what we can see, I think it's about time we just go through, clean up all the trash, get our handy dandy mop out, clean up all the dirt and everything so we can get a nice fresh start on this property. Let's get after it. All right, and just a few minutes later, I think we're finally making some good progress here. There should be a little bit more dirt maybe in this area. Yeah, one more spot over here somewhere. There we go. Okay, that should be all the dirt now cleaned up. I did make sure I got all the trash from everywhere around here. They're starting to sort of sprinkle in our abilities again. And what I mean by that is we now have our demolition hammer, our big sledgehammer again, but we still don't have anything else like our lawn care stuff. I actually don't remember what this one is. Maybe one of you can help me out with that. But like I said, they are starting to sort of sprinkle in our abilities once again. So this is going to be the first one where we actually have to add walls to something and potentially destroy walls. I haven't seen anything just yet, but we'll see. As far as the outside goes, we're done. I mean, there's nothing more that we can do out there. Again, I would love to be able to at least mow the lawn, get the weed whacker out, you know, do a little lawn work for them, but we are unable to do that currently, so I guess we'll just stick with interior design for this stuff. Right off the bat, they'd like us to sell their only lights in this room, so we'll get rid of those 2 fluorescent lights for them. Next, we have change the stairs. I love doing this, dude. I don't know what floor they want us to use yet, though. Let's figure out the floor first, and then we'll come back to the stairs. Let's just see what color it is, at least. We have Old Faithful, dude. We've been doing this in like every house. It's one of their new panels. I really do enjoy it though, so I'm not sad about that in the slightest bit. Dark Walnut is what we're gonna go with. So let's see if we have a dark brown potentially. We do have the dark wood. That's a solid contender. And since the railings are very clearly metal, I don't think I'm gonna do white here. That would not look good. Oh, it's not even white though. It's like stainless steel. Hang on just a second. Now I'm having second thoughts here. We have metallic, then black, then dark gray, and then white is really just, oh, it's not stainless steel, I guess. I'd call that like a chrome. I'm gonna go with the black railing. I think black looks the best there. Because it also changes the railing up at the top of the stairs, does it not? If it doesn't, this stuff is already black, so at least I've matched it. But back down to the main floor, let's go ahead and tackle the flooring next. Gotta make sure we get all these weird nooks and crannies of this property. I think that about does it for the floor. And then everything else in the, I would assume this is gonna be a living room space, is just buying objects, buying furniture pieces. So we're gonna move on to whatever this is over here. First, they want us to sell this, again, the only light in the space. I think they're going for super dark. They don't want any lights. They don't want anything of the sort. Oh, and the garage door. Okay, don't want a garage either. So we have build upper walls and just build walls, I guess. Looks like the first wall they want is gonna be right there. So we'll place that one down. And they want that to go all the way to this brick pillar. So we'll just stretch that all the way across, just like that. And this next one, they already have a lintel there, but they want us to go just behind that lintel, all the way over to that other pillar. And then it looks like maybe just 2 taller walls right there, 2 full-size walls, 1 full-size wall right there. That's actually gonna continue on that direction. And then just 3 more full-size walls right there. Okay. So we're doing some lintels, I think, otherwise. Oh, I thought it was going that way. I am so direction turned, dude. That other wall is gonna go right here. There we go. Okay, so this looks like maybe a closet. I can't imagine this is big enough for a bathroom. All we need now are some lintels up at the top right there and up at the top right there. Perfect. Okay, wall building complete. Oh, and we got some orbs, dude. Jesus, got orbs that just spawned right on top of us. First one is a light source. Thank heavens. Since it seemed, I say they, but we did only actually talk to Lucia. Dan was nowhere to be found. He's probably just a busy guy. But it seemed like they were maybe industrial fans. They kind of like the industrial vibe. So I'm noticing here in their inspiration photos, some industrial looking lamps, sort of like the studio lamp style. Lots of box lights too, which is kind of interesting. But having that exposed brick is obviously very important to them. Additionally, it looks like they wouldn't mind painted brick. So I don't know if that's something we can do, but if we can do it, I definitely like that look as well. Some beachy looking wood. This lady's got to be an influencer, dude. This is the most influencer inspiration board I think we've seen so far. It says, finally, I can have a separate room to take and edit my pictures. I need a well-lit spot with a nice backdrop and a computer desk. That's for sure. Create a cohesive aesthetic here. That's how you know. That is how you know right there. That one word, aesthetic. Enough said. I'm going for this triple, dude. I'm going for the triple studio light. I think that'll look kind of cool in here, especially since they only want the one. At least this would hopefully cover the most area. Do we even have we don't even have a light switch in here to turn the thing on. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. What do they want over here? Okay, this is going to be the wall finish for just this one room. Dude, there it is. The painted brick. That's what we're doing. That is what we're doing for sure. And they want all of the wall to be this? We'll just wing it. We'll just wing it. Believe it or not, there are actually people in this world that would have a literal cow seeing us kind of just paint over this nice brick, just because like once you do this, there is no going back. It's not so much the brick, rather the mortar or the grout that holds the brick all together. It's very, very porous, so it's extremely difficult to get any paint out. The bricks are kind of porous like that, but not near as bad as the mortar. So I totally understand people kind of thinking this is like a cardinal sin, you just don't paint brick, but I really like it. I think it looks really nice. Definitely matches this lady's aesthetic, as she said. And we are just about done. I need one more panel, and then I think that'll be a wrap on this stuff. There we go. Okay, now that we're finished with that, I'm just really curious. I know we have these other orb things to do, but I'm really curious on how they want us to fill in this hole that we've made now that they don't want the garage door. So I want to see in tasks. Here we go. We have a new door that we're going to be replacing this with. Just so we can match all the other ones, I'll put the frame in black and we'll leave the glass kind of as it is. You almost have to do this from the outside, dude. It's really, really hard to line up, and it kind of like jumps up a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's flat on the floor. Hey, Dad. Oh, no, did you really?
Yeah, so I'm on the ramp. I'm on the on-ramp.
Well, come bring you a jerry can.
A few moments later.
Oh my god, dude. I don't know if you guys could actually hear that phone call. My dad was just here, and he had just left to go run another errand, and he got maybe 2 miles down the road and ran out of gas. How? Anyways, we're back. What was I talking about? This door, right? Oh yeah, so there's like this weird part where it like almost goes up. I don't know if you guys can really see that, but I think it's actually touching the floor right there. So I'm gonna place that down. Let's see. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Pretty solid. God, I gotta get like all resituated. Okay, so now that we have the door installed, let's go through these furniture options that we have here. Ooh, okay. So we got a round mirror, 2 round mirrors, 2 square rectangular mirrors, and then I like this Aztec mirror the most. I think that would look really nice with a white frame. Even if it's like stainless like the staircase railing was. I think this will look really nice over here in the corner. So we'll do that right there. And then still no light switch in this space. Is there any way at all that we can turn the lights on in there? Nope. Okay, we're probably gonna have to add that for them then. Over in this corner, they would like a desk. Or I guess she would like a desk. The desk in her inspiration pictures is like woodworking sawhorses with a table on the top. I don't think we have anything that industrial looking. This one's pretty close. I guess this one's not too bad either. Do the white wood top with the black legs. Or I guess they're dark legs. They're not actually black. And then this is probably a chair. Let's see. That's like a, what do you even call that? Like a director's chair almost. Well, we don't have anything that looks exactly like that, but I think this one's pretty close. Slide that on in there. Dude, I can't get over that my dad actually ran out of gas. I haven't heard of anyone doing that in so long. It's really, really hard because like anymore, especially he's got a newer truck. So like anymore, that thing's gonna flash and beep and honk at you and really let you know you're about to run out of gas, but I guess he didn't pay attention that closely. And then over here, these are just studio lights. So we'll try to match. Well, I don't know if we should put these on the wall or if this is going to be a floor lamp. Let's get the floor one for right now, just small, because they have that in the center of the room. So I'm just going to put that wherever the little orb is. And we'll add in all the additional decorative pieces here. So let's see, back to our inspiration board. I see a little bit of greenery in there, but not too much, really. This one's probably gonna go on the floor, so I'm gonna get a darker colored pot and just a nice, tall, skinny plant. I think that'll look nice. Next, we have just another sort of decorative piece here. I do like the clock. I also like the thought of doing like a dress form. She's definitely more of an influencer though, not necessarily like a fashionista type lady, so I think this will look good, especially contrasting on that white brick wall now. New York, Tokyo, Berlin, London, Paris, Warsaw, and then over here we can do this little clock. So maybe this is where her camera would be, so we have that nice frontal light here. Granted, this isn't exactly how you would want to set up your lighting in this type of situation, but I feel like that looks pretty good as a backdrop if she is the influencer type. Then we have one final one over here. Just a little circular rug or a rectangular one. I'm gonna go circular. Oksana used to have this round rug in front of her mirror that kind of looked that way. And I always just liked the look of that. So that's what I'm going for, trying to recreate that a little bit in this room. All that's left now is just to buy additional objects like we've been doing for all the previous houses and things. I think we're gonna save that till the end, and then I'll just kind of walk through the whole space with you guys. But let's move on to these smaller rooms. That is, again, just buying objects. It still says empty room. And then this one might actually be a bathroom. It is going to be the world's smallest bathroom, but we can, at the very least, do these wall tiles. She wants us to use these wall tiles and then also this wood wall panel. I can't imagine the wood's going to contrast very well with the dark floor. They're just kind of two different colors of wood. But if that's what she wants, that's what we'll do. But the floor panel is actually the same as this tile. So let's do that first. That way we at least get a little bit better idea of what we're actually supposed to be doing in here. They better not try to make this a full bathroom, dude. There's just no space. You can fit a toilet and a sink, do a half bath, but no more. And then I think I'm just gonna do this back wall and maybe this front wall in the actual tile, and then we'll do the wood wall on either one of these side walls. This definitely isn't my cup of tea. It's not how I would have done this room. Actually, I don't think I would have put a bathroom in here, period. But that's what she wanted, so that's what she got. And then in this room, this would be the great room, so to speak. That is just objects, so we're gonna move over here. Again, just objects. All right, dude, we're making our way upstairs. I really do like this area. That turned out really nice. It's very subtle, you know? Very minimalistic looking. In the upstairs hallway, we have a few objects that we actually have to sell or get rid of. These barrels, dude, the barrels kind of worried me at first because I don't know if you guys saw at the very beginning, but there were so many barrels of who knows what in the backyard, and I have a feeling whoever was occupying the space before was probably dumping something they shouldn't have been in the canal. That's just my assumption. But now we can delete that, that shelf, and then I think that is it. Of course, we're gonna be doing old faithful, old reliable wood panel here. There we go, floor panel complete. And I just realized that there's kind of this little ledge around each window. I don't think, thankfully, they want us to tile that, so I'm just gonna leave it as it is, and we're gonna move on to the next room. But this one is done, other than buying the objects. So we have probably their master bathroom, but they don't want to keep 2 toilets. I wouldn't either. That's kind of weird. And then they also want us to get rid of those 2 toilet installations and the sink, but not the sink installation. That is staying. Next, we got some floor tiles going in here. Ooh, I love that sink, dude. Did you guys see that? Yes, that's gonna work well. That is gonna work really, really well in here. But we're gonna be doing a similar floor tile to what we had in the basement bathroom as well. So we'll just take that from corner to corner, make sure we do the doorway also. And then we are left with doing the same tile, but on the wall this time. And I'm actually gonna do that in a half panel. I'm not gonna tile the whole wall. We're only gonna do it about chair rail height. This tile, especially the tile on the wall and on the floor, gives me mad gas station bathroom vibes, and I'm not with it, man. I'm not with it at all. But the last thing we have to do in here for right now is install this sink, and I'm gonna put that as close to this wall as I can. There we go. Alrighty, dude. Next room. I think this is the last room until we can go through and just furnish everything else. So we have the desk that can be sold, the bookshelves, and the 2 chairs. Done deal. Now in this room, they would like us to modify the walls with a paint this time, thankfully. A nice light biscuit. Excellent color choice. Oh, and old reliable, of course. You just can't beat it, ladies and gents. Well, you could, but that would be weird. As for the wall, I would really like to keep as much of the original brick as possible. So I would like to paint the wall only where it makes sense. So exterior walls, sort of these 2 right here. I love how I point at things as if you guys can see that. But these 2 exterior walls, obviously the whole building is a brick building, so exterior has to remain brick. That leaves us with these 2 walls here, and since they only want 15 painted at a minimum, I'm gonna do some counting really quick. Both this wall and this wall are 13, but this one has this weird little outcrop right here, so I think I'm just gonna paint that. It was a little bit more than 15, but I think that'll work just fine. And I wanna do one more lap around everywhere just to make sure there's nothing else that we missed. All right, now we can go through and kind of do what we started to do in this room. Basically just add in all the furniture, make it look like a livable space. I will see you guys here in just a few minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're all ready for the big reveal, because it's about to go down, okay? Now, I know you guys saw it before, and there was little to no furniture. I can assure you there is much, much more furniture in this space now. Starting off with the great room, as I've dubbed it, I quickly realized that this couple, Dan and Lucia, still not 100% on the pronunciation, but I quickly learned that they love plants. I didn't know that about them initially. So there are a lot of plants kind of everywhere, even to like this level. I have no idea where they expected me to put these little tiny square planter boxes, but I just found the only empty walls I had remaining after putting up this mirror, the sconce lights, and those big behemoths. This is actually just one very, very tall planter box, but I like the look of them. I'm just not really sure if I like them in this space. You know, it really didn't add a whole lot of anything, in my opinion, but as you guys can probably tell, this space is still very, very dark, especially for a great room. I mean, you would think with all these windows that there would just be light pouring in. You'd think that it'd just be super lit AF in here, but it's just not. So, to try to church things up a little bit, I did add some Toogii colored pillows. The only color we're missing is that bright highlighter yellow, but it's all good. And then everything in here is kind of just black and white. You know, there's really not much to write home about, but I do now understand why they had us do that that sort of backing wall just behind the lintels here, the brick lintels up at the top. I really like how it almost makes this sort of like built-in look for an entertainment system like we added. So they had speakers, they really wanted those 2 speakers. We have 2 more sconce lights, and then this sweet fireplace. It's obviously not real. I would assume it gives off some sort of heat, otherwise why would you have it? But we can move into her influencer space. There are quite a few items that they had us add after the fact, after we did all the like orb things, the inspiration board stuff, including this little bench right here, which I'm pretty sure they wanted us to use for the makeup area, but I kind of like the way it looked underneath the city sign that we added. Apart from that, she of course now has her Mac. It's not actually called Mac though. Maple, that's the one. She now has her Maple computer, and I ended up moving this light over in the corner just because I really didn't like it in the center of the room. It didn't work for me. But now that we have a light switch somewhere over here, we can actually see that that studio light, the triple light we added in the center of the room, does quite a bit for the space. Wait a minute, how did I not notice this? Do you guys see the crack separating the ceiling squares? Dude, I gotta line this up a little bit better. Hang on, right there. That's the spot. I know it's not centered in the room, but now that I've noticed the ceiling has a crack in it, the light has to be in the center. Sorry about it. But we do also have 2 new doors in here. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do white wood trim, if we should do black wood trim. So instead I went just with a dark wood, and I actually think it looks kind of nice. It doesn't match the floor, but again, I do think it looks kind of nice. And then in the closet, pretty self-explanatory in here. It's just a closet, not much to see. Over in the bathroom, this one doesn't look like as much as a gas station bathroom as the one upstairs does, but I really hate this toilet. This toilet looks like a gas station toilet. I feel like I've only been talking about the things that I don't really like about this property so far. There are some things that I do like, including this lovely illuminated mirror that I have never seen before, and I really, really like it. This screams influencer as well. The ring light, very, very much an influencer thing. But that about does it for her influencer room. Let's move into the kitchen. This space is kind of boring as well. And I'm not really sure about how they wanted us to lay out these cabinets. I thought at first that we would have a corner cabinet over here, and I did do that, but it really didn't make sense after I added the refrigerator, because all the cabinets are very well spaced, very well thought out, to the point of where they come all the way around in this sort of U-shaped design, and then they hit us with the refrigerator, so I was like, all right, well, I gotta put that on the end over here. And since I had all the cabinets on this side, it just didn't work. So I moved the corner cabinet over to here and just tried to reconfigure the cabinets a little bit. I think it works. I do wish we had something over here. We could have probably afforded to add another corner cabinet, but it's all good. It's all good. I think the space turned out nice, but again, it's just not anything too fancy. And then there is no change to outside. Nothing at all is new out there, so I'm not gonna bore you guys with that, but we're now gonna head upstairs and we're gonna head into the master bedroom. This is where the magic happens, of course. I ended up going with sort of like the default things. So like when you open up the store and they would give us an item that needs placed in the room, I would just go with however it was set up by default. I didn't do that for every room. This being the last room that I did, I was just like, yeah, I'll do whatever in here. Because again, I couldn't figure out if I wanted to do white wood, black wood, or a dark wood, a light wood. So I ended up just going with the default, and it turned out looking pretty good, I think. Continuing on with that sort of industrial vibe too, they wanted these studio style lights, so I added some of those. And here it is, the gas station bathroom. Especially, I think the brick really just sells that in my mind for whatever reason. It just screams gas station bathroom, and I don't like it. We do have some industrial sconce looking doodads. I don't really care for the round mirrors. Dude, I gotta stop just talking about all the stuff that I don't like. I do like this property somewhat. There is a piece of me somewhere that does actually appreciate this property, but for the most part, man, I can't really get on board with it. I do like the style though, the industrial style with all the exposed brick. I love that. Just not crazy about all the additional design decisions that they made. That we were just following orders. So that's the bathroom pretty much in a nutshell. What I do like, okay, here's something I do like. You got like a loft style workout space, which is pretty cool. I can't imagine you'd be able to see the TV from up here, so you could, watch something while you're working out here on your bicycle or whatever this thing is for, crunches maybe, right? You put your legs up there and you do the old, yep, you guys get it. I work out. We got 3 little sconce lights up in here too. I like these, I think, more than the more industrial style ones that they've been having us use. And this room, dude, was weird. This was beyond weird. Again, it's kind of like in the basement, or I guess the main floor with those planter boxes, like there's just not enough room to place all the ones that they wanted us to add. So I tried to find a good configuration. Originally, they weren't like staggered like they are now. They were just straight across both of those back walls, and it looked real weird. So I staggered it instead. I thought it looked a little bit better. Of course, let me know what you guys think down in the comments, but I did what I could, man. I worked with what they gave me. But I think that about does it for the Warehouse of Memories. Is that what this one's called? I feel like we've been working on this one for way too long, man. But we can now go ahead and turn it over to the clients. I do want to try to maybe get a photo of it first on my own, just in case they're not so good. All right, I got my pics. We're good. We are so ready, girl, to send this over to the lovely couple. All the jobs so far have been paying us around the same amount, it seems, as well. I think this is the third, maybe the fourth one we've done that we're getting paid like 29 G's to complete. Not complaining, of course. I just thought it was kind of interesting, you know? But let's go ahead and complete it. We're gonna see the before and after. I do like the before and after comparison, at least with that garage door in there. That is a very, very severe change. But it needs more light, dude. It was just missing something. I can't quite put my finger on it, but it was just missing something. Maybe it's because it was originally a warehouse and was never meant to be a house, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Kind of mixed feelings on that one for sure. But now that we've made it back home, I think it's about time we wind things down. So once again, if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, leave a comment, help support the dream by smashing that subscribe button. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Peace.